it do? My name is Michael Dewitt, aka Black Rambo, and I'm here to talk about the Demon Slayer movie that just came out on Thursday. I've been waiting like a year and some change now. Ever since the first season of Demon Slayer ended, they announced the movie. I've been on high alert, and through all the controversies, the movie finally drops in America. So I went to see it on Saturday with these two girls I know. I went to movies and I watched the movie with them. And honest opinion, the movie wasn't bad. You know, it's still Demon Slayer. It still looks, beautiful. It still has, all these amazing animations and the drawing's fantastic, etc., etc. It still looks amazing. It's still Demon Slayer. But the reason I don't have high regards for the movie is probably because reading. So I read the manga. I finished the story. I knew how the movie ended, and I also knew what happened. Right. So like all the emotional parts didn't really hit me, and then all the big wow scenes. I mean, I already knew they were coming. Right. So knowing all of this, I guess you could say I kind of spoiled the movie for myself, quote unquote. But I mean, even with all this being said, I mean, the movie was still good. It was exactly what I expected it to be because I knew how it was going to be. It followed the manga really well, I guess you could say that. The one thing I will say about the movie, like the first half to three quarters was kind of slow. It was kind of odd. I'm not gonna spoil anything because this isn't that kind of review. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I mean definitely the first half was pretty slow. There wasn't much going on in the first half. Once you get into this third quarter of the movie, it starts picking up, starts getting a little cool. It wasn't until the very end where the movie was really hype, where it was like, damn, this is badass. It wasn't until that very part where you're like, that's crazy. That this movie's awesome. At least for me. It was definitely the first half was slow. That's one negative I'll say about the movie. But overall, all in all, the movie was still really good. You still see your favorite characters do these badass moments. Ren Goku, I already knew this, but my boy's a dog. He's badass. The ending was sad. The ending was really sad. Now, the reason I bring up I went with these two girls, the reason I even brought that fact up, right, is because it's not to flex how much of an alpha male I am. I mean, you should have got that point from the last anime video I dropped. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. It's gonna be right here somewhere. But anyways, the reason I bring up that I went with these two girls is because those two girls didn't read the manga. So this was brand new and a fresh experience for them. So from their point of view, from their perspective, they loved the movie. They thought from beginning to end it was awesome. The ending was sad. One of the girls, I asked one of the girls, and she said, she was almost in tears at the ending. And then she gave it a 11 out of 10. So clearly she loved the movie. So I bring that up because I want to give you the other perspective of someone who didn't read the manga and someone who didn't know what was going to happen. So that's why I say, maybe I spoiled the movie for myself. So that just different perspective for you. Now, one thing the movie did really well, it kind of showcased the majority of the characters, the main characters, skills and what they do really well. Tanjiro had his moment, Inosuke had his supporting moment of Tanjiro, which was also kind of his moment. Zenitsu, I mean, Zenitsu, I guess he had his moment, Zenitsu, I'm not gonna spoil it again, but Zenitsu, he kind of had his moment. He kind of, he got to spit game to Nezuko a little bit. So I guess that's a dub a little bit. He got talk his shit with Nezuko. So that's kind of cool. I guess Zenitsu had his moment, and Rengoku had his badass big moment, which also showed you how strong Hashiras really were. So I mean, it is, the movie's a good segue. It's a good intro into the next season, where the following season you'll see a lot more of the Hashiras, and you'll see a lot more of the Hashiras fight. And you know, the next season's really the meat and potatoes of Demon Slayer. So this was a great segue into that. So I mean, with all this being said, my final review, what I would rate the Demon Slayer movie, I would give it a solid, I would say 8 out of 10. And I only say 8 out of 10 because, again, I already knew what was gonna happen, so it wasn't fresh to me. So those sad moments didn't hit me. Those badass moments, again, didn't hit me because I knew all this stuff was coming. But if I was somebody who hasn't watched the movie, or it was my first time watching the movie, yeah, the movie would probably been badass. And the movie, I mean, the movie in to give respects to the movie, you know, it was sad. It was an emotional roller coaster, if I will say. It was sad. It was happy. It was hype. It was, I wouldn't say boring, but it was slow. I mean, it was up and down of feelings. There are definitely some iconic moments in the movie that you'll probably, if you do watch the movie, you'll probably see it, you know, on Twitter and on YouTube, and people are probably clipping it everywhere. And I mean, the movie definitely was good. It was good. The movie was not bad. I'm just saying, for me, someone who, or for other people who've read the manga, the movie probably wasn't, because it wasn't fresh to me, I would give it a lower rating. That's just me. But like I said, someone who hasn't read the manga, the movie was perfect to them. So it all depends on, you know, where you fall in that spectrum. So, I mean, without all that being said, I know this video is kind of short, but with all that being said, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video on Thursday. I got a banger dropping on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. Peace.